Good morning, Discord. Good morning, YouTube. Let's get into it. Okay, in pre-market we had a slight drop off, and now we're getting some recovery. So we have FOMC today. I think the first 30 minutes might chop around for a bit until they start speaking. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, on the 1 minute chart, we are above the water in our bull cycle. On the 5 minute chart, we're below the water in our bull cycle. 30 minute chart says we are above the water, maybe entering our bull cycle. Okay, sorry about that. Here we go. Let's look for the retest of this key level here. I'm going to be a little bit quiet today. We're just going to let these early candles play out. We know we got a big economic report today, so we're just going to be patient. All right, let's see if we get two red candles here and then some green. Oh, they just want straight green. I'm gonna be a little bit quiet today, but I'll give you the information. Don't worry, I'm here. Your safety puts are going to be under 83.64. Alright, let's test to see if it's going to be build in blue, break of purple. Here's the caution for today. You know today is going to be FOMC, so the algos are going to change in about 30 minutes. So let's be aware of this. another strategy we can employ, maybe for some homework today, because we know there's going to be, if you know there's going to be movement today, you know, more than a couple points, something you can most likely secure profit. Let's say if it's going to be days like today, FOMC day, or even if you want to make a play on earnings, right? Stuff like that. I want you guys to look, well, I don't want you to, but if you want to, look into straddles. Look into a straddle, right? Look that up. That's a homework for today. Today's gonna be probably gonna be volatile like yesterday. So just trade light today. Trade very light. Just wait for, you know, wait for your confirmations. And today is also going to be one of those days where you see the volatility. If you don't set your stop appropriately, you know, outside of the whatever we identify as a lick box, you know, this is days like today is where you need to maybe sit out and learn how it works. Learn how the market moves, how it breathes. So if you wanted to take today for a lesson day, a learning day, maybe not a bad idea. Oh, did I get the dates messed up? I thought it was today. My bad. I thought there was something today at 10 o'clock. My bad. I made a mistake then. Oh, okay. Yeah. So look what DC just wrote. Yeah, so at 10. Yeah, so same thing. Whatever DC just wrote, at 10. So there's going to be movement based on that. We're gonna see if it's building blue, break purple. Again, I recommend today is your experimental day. You know, figure out if you don't have any time in the market, this is a good time to experiment without playing with real money. Normally it's going to be, normally is what it is. It's an annoying grind in a direction, or it'll range in a direction until right before FOMC or right before the meeting. And then they'll start doing all their movements right before, and then you hold on for the ride. Make sure your stops aren't too tight, and hold on for the ride. We need a break and retest of 86.18 here. Right? You need a break and retest. You want to see this? Look at our 30-minute chart. I'm gonna put something on the 30-minute chart really quick. Here, we're gonna do this pattern until we don't do this pattern anymore. All right. We're in teal until we're not. That's the answer. And then if we break teal, we want to make sure we're going to retest the teal liquidity and push off of it. That's the answer. When it happens, I'll show you what it looks like. So you don't have to worry like, oh, I don't know what that's going to look like. I'll tell you before it happens. Don't worry. It'll be your option if you want to take it, if it looks good enough to you. But I'll tell you when. We should always wait till we get a test in before we start taking trades. So always wait before you get your test. Because you can always jump in on the weak cycle on the other side. Okay, I put this line down here. Oh wait, I just moved it. Excuse me. I had a line here to show you where one of your stops could have been at, one of your more conservative stops. Otherwise, your stop should have been at the last low, right? So if you took the break of purple, you got to protect your trade now. You see the environment. You know the type of environment we're in, so you got to protect your trade. Okay? Easy. Just don't overstay your welcome. You'll be fine. I'm gonna just be quiet off in the background, okay? Easy money. Just now this is where you employ your exit strategy, okay? This is your exit strategy. Here it is. It's looking at you in the face. So if you're practicing or if you're on real money, just don't overstay your welcome. You can't lose from here. Don't panic. Just don't panic. You'll be fine. That was annoying. That's annoying. It just got to above the level and I moved my stop to right underneath and then it backed me out. This is a short-lived win. It was on the break of purple to, yeah, as soon as it went up, as soon as it wicked up here, I moved it to underneath key level and then it stopped me out. I was just about to talk you guys through it. So we'll see if this is going to be an above the water type play, right? Meaning we're above the water, just stay above the water. But I wasn't, this hit me too fast. I was doing too much talking and trying to teach, so I didn't get to monitor this properly. The same thing probably would have happened. Even if I was monitoring, if I'm honest, I probably would have moved it to right underneath this key level. I would have done that anyway. My mistake was not allowing it to form support, but I know I would have done that anyway. So let me make some adjustments here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna be quiet. I'll go anywhere. I'm just gonna be quiet for a second. There's an example of the greasy fingers touching the triggers too fast. So let's see if we can recover from it. Okay, we recovered. All right, we recovered. Now, all right, back to the plan. Right? We recovered. All right, now let's see what we can get out of it. So if you took the break of this purple, now is when you employ your exit strategy. Let me start again. Now you employ your exit strategy. Sorry. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys did better than I did just now, because I've been beating you up for I don't know how long on holding your trades. But I think going forward in the future, because I'm realizing it's, you know, if I'm taking a trade and coming back to the chart and trying to teach you and draw stuff and the price is moving and I'm not paying attention, I'm kind of messing myself up. So moving forward, I think I'm going to, you know, I'm going to identify the setups. Once the setup's identified, I'm going to start to focus, because I'm taking the same trades you are, right? I'm not taking any different trades. I just need to focus a little bit because I'm not as smart as you. Yeah, this is a good start in the morning. We had a good start. Oh, I wish I would have left. Damn, I had this up here. I should have left it. Where did I have it? Darn, I forgot where I had it. I think it was here. All right, so if you took purple, exit strategy 1 is on the break of this green. And if you're holding for a weak bear, then hold. Exit strategy 2 is going to be when the legs close. Exit strategy 3 should be at key level. I messed up 3. I didn't allow it to form support. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do here. We'll just play it cool for now. Okay, it's about to get uncomfortable. All right, I'm here. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be in the background. I'm just focusing. I'm here, I'm just being quiet. Okay, here we go. So, oh man, that was rough. I told everyone when I went in over here, I said, okay, I guess I'm going in here. And then these red candles came in and I was like, okay, it's about to get uncomfortable for me. And then we had that little bounce. So it was uncomfortable, but look, strong move up, 2 red, continuation. There we go. All right, survived that. That was rough because I didn't like how I got stopped out on this. And then, you know, once I got some confirmation candles, I knew I wasn't going to be too late. Well, I didn't know, but, you know, I had a good idea. This was, I'm not going to lie, this was uncomfortable. We walked through it together, right? You heard me say, okay, we're good. Then you heard me say, this is going to be uncomfortable for me. So, all right, we made it. Look at the money we just printed. Hell yeah. I know I sound a little unenthused this morning, but I'm just a little tired, not feeling too well. Oh my goodness, we survived. I got in somewhere over here, and I was like, oh yay, I made the right decision. And then these 2 red, and then it got uncomfortable for me. But look, I just wanted to show you how when you always think you're too late on a move, I went in here. This was, well, you know, originally I went in on purple and then I got stopped out here. I told you, I'm not afraid to go back in. I'm not afraid. Now, granted, I would have taken, if this would have went against me, this would have taken a stop. I would have taken a loss here, but I held on to my convictions there. This was, yeah, I was just very upset that I got stopped out here. So I just needed to focus a little bit, but we're good now. So let's see if we're gonna get this. If this head forms right here, you have to donate my brain to science because I put this here a long time ago. Oh man, it better not. It better keep going. Yeah. Better keep going. There. So I decided to employ on this break and retest. Well, it didn't even retest, it just broke. I decided to employ the above the water strategy for exit. So that's what gave me some little confidence to go back in. I was gonna go above the water strategy. So I was like, you know what? We're still above the water. We just broke liquidity. I'm not gonna be late on the move, and we got lucky this time, right? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. So look, we all walked through it together. We were all here. Everyone heard me. If you didn't take the trade, it's okay. We do this every day. You're not missing anything. Okay, let's see if they reject here, if they push through here. This is just some random number that's in my head. And I had this here since, I don't know, a long time ago. So this has no significance here. We're still in the move, right? We're still in our original move. For everyone on YouTube, the entry for our calls was right here on the break of our purple. And this is an amazing win. So this is an amazing win. Okay, I've done my job today. I've done my job. So here's the thing. You can't have FOMO now. You made your decision way over here if you wanted to take the trade. So you can't feel weird about it now. Okay? You made your decision. This wasn't in your business plan, and it's okay. It doesn't mean if you didn't take it, I know you're feeling FOMO, because I know this is our setup, and I know you heard me call build in blue, break a purple early this morning. Early this morning. But you can't feel FOMO here because it's gonna ruin your psychology. I'm trying a new approach to show you that I'm calm and cool and collected in the trade. So you hear my voice and you hear me saying, follow the strategy, follow the exit strategy. Whenever we get a break of whatever, and I know you see the red candles, that's why when I start piping up and start telling you, follow your strategy. Stop letting red candles scare you out. Now, as long as you don't overstay your welcome, you're going to be fine. All right, start tightening up your stops on the break of this purple. That just got me. So, all right, I re-entered over here. I had to survive this. This was ugly, and I just got stopped out right now. I should have waited until break of green, but I wasn't. Yeah, it is what it is. I took my risk, and that was what it is. So I stopped out here. If it goes up, it goes up. That's my fault. Actually, it's not even a fault. That's what I decided to do. That was the amount of risk I wanted to take, and I'm okay with that. We made good money today. We made good I mean, and if I wanted to get back in, I could. I'm probably not, but yeah, this one stopped me out. I was a little too overzealous on this. All right, we're just gonna let it play out. Nothing to do here. If you're looking for an entry for calls, you have to wait for blue to build again, okay? You just have to wait for that. There's a strategy here. If you're not following it, then I don't know what's going to happen. I just know what the best probability is if you do follow the strategy. This candle took me out. It's okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see if we're gonna have blast off. Blast off or pullback? Your safety puts are at 85.64. Your first trigger is going to be here. All right, look. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. You see all your put scenarios. You see all the put scenarios. Let's see if we get this and this. Is it gonna be pullback or blast off? Like, I'm showing you where your puts are, right? So if this doesn't happen, there's no put. If this doesn't happen, there's no put. If this doesn't happen, there's no put. So just wait. Here goes the blast off. All right, let's see what we can get. Let's see what we get. Also, before you even think about puts, green on the 5 has to break. Hey, look, if our concern is we didn't make enough money, we got good problems. We have good problems in this Discord. All right, for all the YouTube people, look, our entry was on the break of purple, and we're just riding this green. Looks like it got some weakness coming in here, so yeah, we had a great day. This was a great day. And I did a little bit of revenge trading, but I think it worked out today, right? Was it revenge trading? Yeah, I think that is revenge trading. Or was it a correction? Because I think I just corrected myself. Okay, 5 minutes. Thank you. 3K. All right, so a pullback to 87.32 wouldn't be out of the realm of possible. So let's just let the whole move play out before we start trying to guess the top, right? We don't want to guess the top. We'll know the top once we get below 86.57. That's when we'll know the top. If you're not okay with that fact, then this isn't for you. Okay, I'm gonna let this settle out. If you're in the play, work on your strategy, figure it out now. We're probably reaching some point of action on your part, right? Green is officially broken. Now you need to figure out how much money you're willing to collect. Okay. So start tightening up your stops. Figure out what you want to do. This is your exit strategy happening right now. Figure it out. The entry down here. Now figure out your exit. Or you might be starting a brand new entry. You might be starting a brand new entry. If you don't have access to the 5-minute chart, you didn't see this head. But we don't know if it's going to be a head, right? We'll know once we get down here. We're just we're projecting for the possibilities. Let the lick box break to one side or the other, right? If it wants to go down, it's going to look like this. Or, wait, give me a second. Don't front run it yet. Or this. And if it wants to head up, so if you're in puts, here's your first obstacle here. This is thin liquidity. If you didn't take this, don't feel bad. This is thin liquidity. We want to see this. This would be an ideal setup. If you didn't take this, don't feel bad. We're at the high buying calls at the top. That's risky. I get it. I get it. Now, technically, it did break our well, it didn't close, so maybe we should give it a second. But this is where we need to see, like, is there enough momentum to keep us going, or do we need to grab liquidity from somewhere? So this is the difficult part, buying at the top. We don't know if we have enough strength to just keep going. So our best bet is to wait for a pullback and then continuation, to look for our continuation pattern. What is our continuation pattern? A build in blue and a break of purple. Okay, I'm gonna get up, walk around, circulate some blood. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Look, I get it. It's thin liquidity up here. This is on you. No one knows, right? It's thin liquidity. Do you really want to buy a call at the top? You know, because we do have good momentum. This is a judgment call on your side. You know, we have our setups, but you know the risks, right? So if it works, you know I'm going to gloat. If it doesn't work, I'm going to say, told you so, right? So wait for your confirmations, wait for your setups, right? I would prefer to wait for deep structure pullback. Me personally, if it just keeps going from here, I'm not going to feel FOMO because this isn't my setup, right? Just to go straight sideways and push up, I would prefer a little pullback. If it doesn't happen, oh well. So this is where you need to decide, you know, risk to reward. This is where you need to decide your risk tolerance, things of this nature. At this juncture right here, this is where you need to make this decision, because no one knows. No one knows. You need to employ your strategy, right? The one we work on every day, because that's the one that has the win rate, the high win rate. So it's okay to be selective and picky with your trades. This is your business. No one's going to tell you how to run it. I'm just going to clean up this chart. Give me a second. Now remember, a retest of 87.32 wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, right? So we see our strong move. You know, we can survive 50% of the move. So really, visually, let's say 86.27, right? We could survive 86.27 for continuation. So what we're looking for, we got a strong move, right? Either we're gonna print 2 red candles to push up, or we're just gonna go sideways and keep pushing up from here. See, look, we identified this liquidity box already. We already identified this. We weren't even worried. We weren't even worried. Because we knew we're looking for a certain pattern, right? We knew we're looking for maybe something like this. Or we wanted the price to do this right here, right? Remember that? So you just gotta wait for the setup. Remember I told you, I'm not buying calls up here. This is thin liquidity to me. If it shoots up, oh well. This is thin liquidity. I need some more liquidity to build up. Do you understand what I'm saying now, Discord? Now look, if it were to just go sideways and keep going, kind of like it did over here, oh well. You know, I was willing to do it here, not again. This one, you know, because the market has to breathe, right? So this is the breathe. Now it's thin up here. I'm just explaining my logic, right? If this were to go sideways and shoot up, then oh well. That's not my trade. My trade is like this. Somewhere down here, right? I want to see liquidity build. Here we got secondary liquidity here. Now look, let's say it breaks this purple and you're still unsure, right? And you still want a little bit more confirmation because you're picky with your trades. Then look for this. Watch. Look for this. Something like that. Look for something like this. If you're really picky with your trades, this flexion can go a little bit lower. It can go to down to 87.76 to still be valid. So if you're not comfortable with this amount of liquidity build for the pullback and continuation, then wait for this pullback. And if this doesn't, you know, you got to figure out your setup, right? If you're not okay with this break, because if you can't hold for the break, retest, reject, whatever it is, if you're not willing, then wait for the break and retest. This is exit strategy 1. Protect your trade if you took the initial break of purple. Protect this trade, right? So you're either gonna protect it now, or you're holding for the pullback. You got to figure out, you know, what your style is. We just went over it. I just told you this is where you need to figure it out. We just went over it. Okay? Again, employ your exit strategy. I'll be here. I'm just being quiet. Start thinking about protecting this trade now, right? Start protecting this trade. Or, you know, it's up to you. Whatever your strategy is, work your strategy. Just work it. You can't lose from here. All right, that one got me. So I'm gonna have to survive. I'm not survive. Since this one took me out, I'm gonna wait for the re-entry. I'm gonna wait for the re-entry. It didn't take a loss. I chased it. I'm still in profit. So now we're gonna see. Now we're gonna see. Okay, so I was looking to take another call on this wick, but I didn't. So I decided I'm gonna wait for my full setup. I was looking at this wick here, and I hesitated a bit because, you know, I'm also starting to recognize, I can feel it right now, that I'm getting to that over trading thing where I'm taking a lot of, you know, risky, quick, scalpy type plays, and I'm recognizing that pattern now, so I'm gonna monitor that. I'm probably gonna be a little more selective with my trades because I can tell I'm getting a little more reckless, and I'm putting on more trades than I should have in this area, right? So we're still good, but I think I'm gonna wait for deeper structure instead of trying to jump in on everything. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for my setups. So don't be like me. Do better than me. If we get below 87.75, I'm probably gonna start thinking the other way. So now I want to know if this red candle here was a liquidity grab before it pushes up, or if this is going to be the red candle, the two green, and then the continuation red. So now we got to wait to see which one is going to play out. So if we get below this dotted line that I arbitrarily have just in my head, this is no key levels, just me. This is just my mind, right? So if we get below this dotted line, that's going to be my trigger. I'm going to start thinking puts, right? If we get below the dotted line and we break this liquidity box, if we break it, retest and reject underneath this level here, 87.40, yeah, probably 87.40-ish, maybe even 87.15. If we BRR over here, then I'm looking for puts. So this is going to be my trigger. If we get below, I'm going to start looking. Until then, I'm not worried about puts until the trigger. Right? So what do I say? Okay, 87.74 broke. So now I'm starting to look the other way. So now we're going to wait for our confirmation, which is probably somewhere under 87.45. Also on the break of this magenta. Now let's see if we get underneath 87.77. Let's see if we get underneath this level and start making this resistance. Let's see if that happens, or if we start making this support. We're at our 50-50 now. We got a 50-50 shot. So if you're taking a trade now, you're in a 50-50 shot. Otherwise, you're waiting for your confirmation. So maybe either we're looking for purple or magenta, right? But this magenta, sketchy. Your best bet is to wait until we get under here when another magenta forms here. Wait till we get here. But if you're risky, then you're going to take this one. So we're going to test now to see if the algos are still being respected. All right, now let's see if we make 87.7. What did I say? Probably around here, 87.75. Let's see if we make it resistance. Look, we know there's a lot of liquidity right here, so wait for your confirmation. Don't front run it. And again, you want to wait for a watch. Hold on. I'm going to clean it up really quick. So we see our level here. So you want it to break, retest, and reject. Or, again, I've prepared you for this. We're prepared for this, so just be patient. You know what it needs to look like, right? And your safety's somewhere over here. This is the trigger. Your safety's somewhere over here, underneath the red. Remember? So we're already prepared for this. We already know every area that we need to look out for. We've identified the risk. So wait for your setup. Look, see, this is our red. This is our red 1. So wait for your setup, because we have to protect against this. This is what we have to protect against. That's why I wanted you to wait for the break, the retest, and the rejection. Does everyone see that? We just went over what needed to happen, right? We needed a break. The retest, we didn't get the reject, right? See, the retest was right here. It didn't reject. Okay, let's see what we got. So look, remember we wanted to see if we're gonna grab liquidity off of this level before we push off. So, and then our high of day is right at this line here. So measure risk to reward. I'm gonna highlight this bottom purple just so we can see it better. Fake out right here. Oh, big fake out. Okay. Yeah, let's wait for our put entry down here. Wait for the safety. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out. I'm gonna stay out of this. I'm waiting for confirmation because they're getting kind of crazy now. Okay, listen to the whole Discord. I circled the break of purple for a reason. I circled this break of purple for a reason. Okay, so Only the Discord members, because they have access to the 5-minute chart, were aware that our entry for puts was on purple. If you're not in the Discord, you have to send me an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I'll get you sorted out. This is why it's important. Look, this is our 1-minute chart. This is our 5-minute chart. I had circled this to tell the Discord members what's going to happen on the break of our purple. You weren't in the Discord. You didn't know. It's not your fault, but you have a chance now to not make that same mistake again. Send me an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I'm going to get you sorted. You didn't know we had it, or you were here and you forgot. You were here and you forgot that I had already put the setup. You didn't know that I already made the call out. And I circled it in real time to tell my members. Here's the proof. Here's the proof. It's all done live and in real time. There's no smoke and mirrors here. So if you're interested, if you see what's happening, you see what's happening right in front of your face, that the call out was here. Look at the money that was printed. The call out was here on the break of this magenta, on the break and retest and reject of this line. Here, let me clean up the chart and show you all. I'm going to clean up the chart. So we knew that our entry was on the break, retest, reject of this yellow line. Look at the perfection. Look at the perfection. The break, retest, reject. There's nothing more I can do. There's nothing more I can do. Now, if you're waiting for this, then wait. But look at the break read. And you know what? There's still people sitting on YouTube that they just want to make it hard for themselves. They just want to make it hard. There goes the money. There it is. I'm gonna stop acting extremely excited and because we do this every day. There's no surprise to us. Look at all the money we just printed. There it is. There's all the money we printed. Oh man, it feels good to be a gangster right now. Let me tell you, it feels good to be a gangster right now. Oh man, it's a good thing we don't have a bias, right? Because it doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter what we think because the market respects structure. Here's a good lesson in that. It does not. Okay. Okay. Yep. If you didn't take the win by now, there's nothing I can do. Here's the entry. Here's the win. Nothing more I can do. If it goes against you now, that's on you. You didn't collect. Or you stopped yourself out. Not my fault. I did my job. I showed you where to make money. I showed you that below red, you can make 30 cents. That happened. So if you didn't stop out, that's on you. If it continues on, good. I think I may be trying to coddle the traders a little too much. We can't be. I'm not gonna coddle you guys anymore. We're all adults. It is what it is. You see the setups. You see the structure. You understand my reasoning behind everything. And if that's not good enough, then this isn't for you. This is not for you. We're all adults here, right? I'm showing you what the setups are. You see the data and the statistics that prove we have a winning strategy. If you're taking trades outside of my callouts and setups, then you know you're gonna get what you get. Hopefully it's beneficial for you. Coddle me. No, I mean, like, I prefer working with adults that take accountability. It's like, look, we all know what we're doing here. And let me be clear. I'm not sitting here saying I have some type of crystal ball and that that I'm going to tell you for sure what. That's not what I'm doing. I'm telling you the most likely setup for a 30-cent move. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm offering, right? And if you can somehow figure out a way mathematically to make a living out of that, that's what I'm offering. We identified all our risk. Now let's see if we get continuation underneath this lick box, right? We want to see if we're gonna, here, let me show you. Now we want to look for the break, retest, and the rejection out of this lick box. Now, if we get a weak bull cycle, watch out for this. By the way, this random magenta that I put here, look, I put this magenta line here. Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay, Discord, the world. I need the world to understand what just happened and why this is kind of insane. This magenta line, I told everyone way over here. I said, look, your best bet is to wait until this magenta. I said, I don't know that it's gonna be here. This is just a random line that I put, but oh man, oh my goodness. If this wasn't a really good guess, look at that. Look at that precision. That's incredible. I'm actually going to leave it right here. I want to fix it just a little bit, but I'm going to leave it right here. Look at this magenta line. This is... You got to donate my brain to science. I put this here. I don't even know how long ago. I don't know how long ago I put this here. But, oh my goodness. Yeah, if it just little things like that, it just boggles my mind how people don't see what just happened, and they're still like, I don't know, $100 seems like a lot of money. It's like, man, I'm giving these people information like this, and they're still hesitant. Like $100. Okay, I'm not saying $100 isn't a lot of money. What I'm saying is, in the grand scheme of things, you need to have realistic expectations of the stock market. Especially if you're trying to trade options. Hell yeah, brother. Mr. Alvaro, congratulations. Congratulations, I'm glad you're here with us doing it together. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit. I'm just gonna let this settle out. Let me just... Actually, I don't need to do any work. I've already done it. I cannot believe this magenta. I guessed that this was gonna be here. Kind of a guess, like, you know, once you get the vision, you kind of... Like I said, I get it right 80% of the time. There's still that 20% you gotta worry about, though, right? So... This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible, this magenta. Alright, I'm gonna stop gloating now. I'm gonna stop gloating. Here we go. Here we go. All right, look, we're in orange until we're not. We're gonna build at this point. We're gonna build in this magenta and break of orange, and then you're measuring risk to reward to key level. Everyone got me? The algorithms have changed, or they just showed the orange. So we're gonna test orange, okay? We're gonna test orange. If you're in the Discord and if you're at this juncture right now and you don't know where the call or your put scenario is, you need to either ask me or ask an OG, ask somebody. Don't just sit there quiet, right? If you don't know where the setups are in both directions at this point, be honest and say something so we all know, and then I'll explain it to you. And the reason why I'm not saying it now is because I want to know if you knew already. If you're gonna sit here being quiet, that's, you know, shame on you. Don't sit here being quiet. Happy anniversary, by the way, Mr. Alvaro, visiting us from the wonderful country of Spain. To the internet, we would like to say happy anniversary to Mr. Alvaro from Spain and his lovely wife. His lovely significant other. Lovely significant other. I'll leave it like that. I apologize if I made a mistake. Okay, DJ, good job. That's one setup. Do you know the other setup though? Do you know what the other setup is, Mrs. DJ? Because that one was correct. We're all waiting, Miss DJ. The internet wants to know. Do you know? Let's see. Pull back to the line. No. You're not gonna get out that easy. Give me the exact. Tell me the exact thing. You're being vague. If you don't know, just say you don't know. Don't be vague. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not calling you guys anymore. It's time to. This is our business. We're taking this serious now. Watch. We're taking this to the next level. I'm gonna force you all to be the trader I want you to be. I'm just gonna force you to do it because, and I'm gonna be mean. Listen, it's time for Drill Sergeant LST to come out and play. It's time for Drill Sergeant LST. The answer is on the break of our orange at this point, Mrs. DJ. So our break of magenta is our trigger. We're gonna see if it's gonna be the break of orange. So look, our calls here, our puts here. Let's see what happens. Actually, I have thick red line here, so safety is going to be here. But if you're a little risky, you're moving from red to red here. It looks to me like we have a lot of liquidity built up on orange. However, I do see that it's a lot of volatility between red and red. So if it does break orange, right, you're gonna have to be okay with this. Watch. You're gonna have to be okay with some crazy price action if it decides to stay inside purple like this, okay? So if it does break orange, you gotta, you know, look for this, right? You see how this orange has liquidity? Look at the orange. See how it has liquidity? Wait for it to happen. Don't front run it. Don't front run it, right? You don't want to get wicked out. All right, we're going to see what happens. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Wait for the confluence, Discord. Wait for the confluence. Okay. All right, internet world, listen. I just told everyone in the world on the internet, whoever's watching this, how to make money from break of this orange until the bottom of this green. Right? If you didn't make the money, that's on you. Nothing I can do about that. If that's not worth a like, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Don't be greedy. It's free. You don't have to pay for that. Okay, we see what's happening, right? We see in here, there's high liquidity, so just be patient here. Wait for your second trigger on what is this? Red. You see it's gonna get jiggy up in here. Is that what the kids say? It's gonna get jiggy? Did I say that right? It's gonna get jiggy up in here. Here, look, we see what happened, right? They hit an order block, and then now the market's like, oh, okay, wait. There's a lot of orders here. We need to settle this out. So wait for them to settle it out. They just hit an order block. Now they're settling it. We don't know who's gonna win yet. We don't know. If we start rejecting underneath, what is this? 86.18. Look for the downside. If we get back above 86.57, we're going to prepare for our calls. Okay, just let it play out. I'll be right back. I'm going to circulate some blood. Start protecting it when you get underneath my dotted line. Or, you know what? Protect it whenever you're ready, but I just don't want you to stop yourself out too soon. See? There you go. Now you start protecting the trade. Easy. Okay, look. Look at the setup. Watch. The break of orange. Look, I need the internet to pay attention to what's happening. You're not in my Discord, you don't know. Here's why you need to. The break of orange was our entry. You put your stop above the last high. We win. We win. We knew that we had to survive purple, right? We needed to put our stop at least outside of purple, minimum. Because I said, if we break purple and we get above, if we break purple and get above, what is this? 86.57? Think the other way. That never happened. I just gave the entire world the internet, the stock market play from this orange line all the way down to wherever it goes from here. Look at the money that just got printed when I told everyone to buy puts on orange. Look at the drawdown. Very little drawdown. Do you see? And you know what? There's still going to be people on the internet that just refuse to send an email. I just gave the entire world the winning play on this put. Everybody saw it. I told everyone where the calls were and where the puts were. Very simple, stress-free trading. This is what I'm talking about. Or, you know what? You had the option to buy on the break of this red, right? Or you had the option to buy on the break of this magenta. Or you had the option to buy on the break of this purple. Or you had the option to buy a put underneath this shoulder. I don't know how much more I can do. Look at my 5-minute chart. Look at the absolute perfection on my 5-minute chart. This is all done live and in real time. Everything is done live and in real time. Look at the money that the Discord... I don't even need to say anything. I don't need to say anything. The proof is in front of your face. You want to make it day trading. You want to make it trading stocks. But you're afraid to send an email and you're afraid to come up off $100. And you want to make it in the stock market. This is why your family and friends laugh at you and don't think you're serious. This is why. This is why no one takes you serious. Because you don't take yourself serious. The people in my Discord, they're serious. That's why they're making money. You don't have to believe me. Ask them yourself. It's free to ask. No one's going to bite your head off. There you go, Discord. Yep. See, DJ, that's why I wanted to make sure that we knew what the setups were. So if you don't know, if you're lost, don't hesitate to ask me. That's why I'm here. That's why you pay me the $100 to make $1,000, right? That's why you do it. Because it only makes logical sense. You got a whole bunch of people sitting on the computer trying to make it day trading. They see us winning and they're like, you know what? I don't know. I'll never understand some people, I swear. And if this is you and you know I'm talking, you know exactly who I'm talking to. If this is you, you better get your life right. Because I'm not coddling my traders anymore. You know, this is our business, and I'm going to treat it as a business. I'm going to force you to treat this as a business. Yeah, when you don't hold and you don't follow your strategy, I'm going to make you feel bad about it until you realize, okay, this guy has my best interest in mind. Even though I'm just a voice on the other side of the, you don't even know. You don't even know what I look like. You just hear a voice. And you're like, hey, why would I trust this guy with my money? You don't have to. How about you let the data show you why you should trust me with your money? Let the data show you. Don't trust my words. Trust the proof. Look at the money we're printing. Yeah. Oh, we're just following the exit strategy. The exit strategy that's clearly laid out. We're not stressed. We know what we're waiting for, right? We already know. We know we can take on key level. All right, Discord, this yellow is our guardrail, okay? This yellow is our guardrail, so if you're on single contracts, start thinking about exit strategy number 1. If you're on single contracts, okay? This is good money, so don't get greedy now. I don't want us to start in this, you know, getting greedy. When we start taking wins like this and you see consistently, I don't want you to over leverage. Just, it takes time. If you follow the what is it, the leveling plan, how to level your account, if you follow that, it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to work. Mathematically, it has to work. Mathematically. Here's how you know it's true, because I post the wins at the end of every day, right? So if I'm telling you throughout the day where our entries are, and then at the end of the day those entries are posted on our wins, it's mathematically impossible to lose. You understand? So if you're taking trades that aren't that are outside of my callouts, then you're being a little risky. That's on you. However, if you want to take this serious, if you want to make a business out of this, then I recommend you just follow my trades until you get a little more. Just follow my trades until you get some more experience under your belt. I don't want you to not try, but just try paper trade. Don't. You know what? I'm not gonna coddle you. Follow my trades until I tell you you're ready. How about that? If you're taking trades that aren't like break of this or break and retest of key levels, if you're taking anything outside of that, stop doing that. Because here's the thing, there may have been times where I made a call out and you in your own mind made your own call out in your head, right? And then it worked in your favor. This is the worst thing that could happen, right? Because now you gave someone that doesn't have, that took a guess, and now you're fortifying their guessing. You're enabling them to start gambling and guessing. And the truth is, you don't have enough experience to know, setups, right? Especially in my trading strategy, you don't have the experience to know the trading setup. So sometimes when you don't follow, what I'm trying to say is this: when you don't follow a strategy and you see wins, this is very dangerous, right? It's dangerous to take wins without any real strategy, because you're getting a false sense of security. All right, this play is done. Let's see the next one. Wait for this if it wants to head up. Also, watch out for a secondary liquidity. If it does break, watch out for like a secondary liquidity to form before it breaks again. So just this is not real. Just wait. I'll put it when it is real. When it does become valid, I'll put it. So I'm gonna erase this for now. Wait, what the heck did I just do? Okay, yeah. Don't get old. Oh man. All right, look. Everything I'm saying is happening. Watch. Now we want to see. You're gonna see the pattern, right? Here's the pattern. You're gonna get annoyed with me saying the same thing over and over until you recognize these gosh darn patterns. So look, we want to wait to see if we're breaking the liquidity level, retesting the liquidity level, and then to reject off the liquidity level. That's what we're waiting for, right? Let's see if we can get a green to form. Let's see if we can get our setup again, right? Let's see if we can form a green and then break, what is this? Orange. Otherwise, watch, we're looking for this. You gotta stick to the strategy. I know it's uncomfortable. You have to find comfort in the discomfort. You have to understand that the red candle means it's building. Once you break a certain level, you need to understand the red candle means it's building the money in your contract. Don't be afraid of red candles, because those are the ones that push the price. Just make sure you're not taking trades outside of my setup. Like, here's the thing, I don't know why you would. Because if you're in this Discord, then it's probably because you want to learn what the setups look like with my strategy. So if you're taking trades outside of that, then it doesn't even make sense to pay me money to do your own style. You might as well just do your own style and for free, right? But you know, we have a win. I post wins every day. Every day we post the wins. So it doesn't make sense to not just take the setups that I'm saying. But I get it. You know, you guys want to stretch your legs and you know, you want to test your own theory. I just recommend you test your theory. Paper trade the theory, paper trade until you reach a certain paper trade account, and then you real money trade with my setups. Once you get a little bit of, you know, dry powder in the account, you know, then you can be a little bit adventurous. But for the beginning, just take my setups. They win. You know, I think the issue is we're not happy with the amount of money we're getting. But you have to realize, in my strategy, we always take handles. We take handles and right shoulders. So if you think about this, right? If we only take handles and right shoulders, look, a right shoulder always looks like this, and a handle always looks like this, right? So if these are the setups we're looking for, and you know it's going to be the break of whatever, then you have to expect there's going to be some pullback. You have to expect there's going to be a break and retest, because all of our setups are shoulders and handles. So you have to embrace the retrace. If every single one of our setups is a retracement, think about it, right? You have to embrace the retrace here. This is the strategy. Or you're gonna have to be okay with the price running without you if it does. Because look, you see how it rejects, you know, the market, it likes structure. It has to be filled, you know, where the orders are. That's what we don't understand. We think that there's some, you know, manipulative devil on the other side of the screen that's, you know, controlling, pulling strings behind the scenes, but that's not true. As long as you don't overstay your welcome and realize where the risks are, right? There's a risk right here. There's a risk right here. I'm already identifying it for you. You don't have to think too much, because when we think too much, we talk ourselves out of a good deal sometimes. Whenever you think too much, that's usually when the FOMO sets in and you're like, I knew I should have done XYZ. That's usually what happens when you think too much. I knew I should have done whatever. 3K, I was referring to your message a second ago, by the way. I know it's scary, but it's our best. Mathematically, it's just our best bet. That's just what it is. You got to be comfortable with, embrace the retrace. Look, if we're always taking handles and right shoulders, you have to be able to survive the retracement. Like that, just think about it, right? We're only taking trades on this or this. We have to be able to survive the retracement inside of these structures, right? The market has to do that in order to grab the liquidity. So let's say you think it, hold on, give me a second. I'm talking too much. Again, look, I gave the entire internet and the world the perfect entry for the put. Here it is. Here's the perfect entry for the put. Again, break of orange, or if you wanted, you could have took our number 2 break of our number 2 key level for our puts. This is a winner, right? We're coming up to key level here. Don't overstay your welcome. If you like little scalps, I'm showing you where the risk is. Okay, listen, YouTube, I need you to understand what just happened. No one's paying attention, right? Watch. YouTube, pay attention. If you want to make it in day trading, you need to watch this. Do you see how, look at this path that I drew? Now, I didn't know what time it was going to happen, but I know what it needs to look like, right? You have to understand what the patterns look like. Look at the precision on this play right here. You know, at a certain point, you got to realize what's happening right in front of your face. Now, if you think orange had a lot of liquidity, okay, you better watch out. Green got plenty. I don't know how I came up with green, by the way. Where did I get green from? Okay, I don't know how I found green. If I'm being... Oh, I got 2 greens on here. Let me correct this. I'll make this one teal. Is that teal? Yeah, that's teal. I don't know where I got this teal from, but I guess it worked. This is normal. This is normal. This is normal part of the process. The problem is you need to be beat down so many times that you get so frustrated that you're like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I don't care. Let me just do whatever it is because I don't care. You got to get beat down. This is it. Now, how long it takes for you to get beat down until you're like, okay, I see what's happening now. You know, I don't know how long this is going to take for you, but what I can tell you is that you're doing the normal thing that everyone else does. It just takes time until you break that habit, those bad habits. That's the answer. I know it's not, you know, there's nothing I can do about certain things. Or, you know what? When it breaks, chase it. Take the $5, $10, and just take $10 until you reach stardom. Right? Just take those $10, 15, 20 bucks. You know, every million starts with $10. Every million starts with $1. I think we're getting focused on the amount of money and not, yeah, we're too focused on how much money and not focused on entering trades and working on exit strategy. I know, you know, the goal is money, obviously, but to get to that money, there's a technique. So once you get that technique, it just takes technique. It's all style points. It's not that you're Your analysis is spot on. Your analysis is good. Everything you're saying isn't out of the, like, it makes sense. You're not saying the wrong things. The hard part for everyone, not just you, it's everybody, is when you see those red candles and you're like, you get that fear of, oh no, I was wrong. That's what it is. It's really, we don't like being wrong. It's not the fact that those $10 mean anything to you, or even let's say you took a trade and you lost 130 bucks. It's not even that the $130 means something to you. It's the fact that your hopes and dreams seem like they're falling apart, right? That all the ideas that you had and the good feelings you had and how you wanted people to be proud of you and how you wanted to do things for other people, when you start to see that those dreams slip away from you, it feels empty inside. And then you start to think, have I been wasting my time? Am I behind the 8 ball now because I wasted time? I've been there. I've been there. You're not telling me anything I haven't been through. Blood, sweat, and tears, literally. You may be asking, how the hell did you get blood from day trading? Yeah. Yeah, I get it. You're not alone. What I can tell you, and this may not be what you want to hear, what I can tell you is that you're a human being just like me, and based on a balance of probabilities, we're probably not that different. And because I believe that we're not that different, I know it's just a matter of time. I know it's just a matter of time, because human beings are very similar. We're more similar than we are different. And I'm no better than you. So it's going to happen. It took me thousands and thousands of dollars and a lot of time. So, and if we're not that different, then don't have any different expectation of yourself. That's all I'm saying, right? Some people spend $250,000 to get a college education to become whatever career path they want to become, and they invest $250,000 with no real guarantee that they're going to get a job that's going to pay back that student loan, that they're going to, or whatever hardships may happen in their life. There's no guarantee on that, but they're taking that student loan debt, right? So at some point, what I told myself, and maybe this will help you, at some point you have to understand that there's a cost to education, and it costs to be the boss, right? So if some people are paying $250,000, $250,000 for an education, for a degree that AI has now taken over, right? AI's taken over everybody's job, and there's people paying $250,000 for degrees that are worthless now. So if we're here and we're taking losses, this is every business. Every business. So if you're not going to stick with your business, you know, on average, the average small business takes 5 years to become profitable. 5 years. Now imagine if everyone were to be like, you know what? That's too long, or that's not enough. If no one believed in themselves, no one would run a small business, right? No one would do it. So it all works together. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the strategy. You have to be a robot. You have to have these understandings. It'll happen. It'll happen. Just don't overstay your welcome. Don't over leverage. That's the important thing, because you're going to get these wins. The home runs are going to come. You're going to be like, I got this. And then it's going to turn around against you. You're going to see the red candle, and you over leverage, and it's hard to recover from over leveraging. If you stick to the strategy, you can recover, right? But when you over leverage, then you got to put in this extra work. Wait, did we get below open? We got below. Wait, this is market open. Oh, we're below market open. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see what we got on the break of this blue or teal. you're saying it like, you know, you're saying you are no different than anybody in here. We're all on this journey together. So don't feel like, because we all go through it. You're just going through the thing everyone's gone through. You have to earn your stripes. If you don't earn your stripes, it's like, you know, when your mom throws you, or your dad, whoever, or your weird uncle, when they throw you in the pool because they want to teach you how to swim, if you don't suck in that water and feel the pain of chlorine in your eyes and feel like, why the heck would my family member just throw me into danger? If you don't feel that panic, you're never gonna learn to swim, because your natural human instinct is gonna kick in to, you know, push the water down to force you to the top. You need your natural human instinct to kick in, and the natural human instinct, once you keep getting beat up and beat up and beat up, is to be like, you know what? Right? It's to find resilience. Humans, we're very resilient. So, you know, eventually it'll happen. This is just, it's just nature. And if you're telling me that you're something other than nature, then that's a different story. But I'm willing to bet you're a natural human being, and your path is going to be very similar to anyone else who takes the right path. All right, we see we got a lot of liquidity built up on, I don't know where I got this teal from, so I'm a little hesitant on this teal. I'm not sure where I got it from. I mean, obviously it's holding up. I'm just being fully transparent here. Roids. Oh yeah, I've lost a lot of money too. And here's the thing, I lost a lot of money when I didn't have it to lose, right? I didn't even have the money to lose, and here I am, you know, rolling the dice on day trading, and everyone's like, oh, don't do that, don't do that. Everyone was in my ear telling me how silly, how stupid. Everybody, my mom and everybody, and I don't blame them. You know, she wants the best for me, but you know, at some point I just believe in myself. My own mama didn't believe in me. No, I'm just kidding. I actually have the best mom ever. My mom, she never doubts me. She always wants me to try hard. I got the best mom. But it's because they don't get it. They don't get it. And some of them, they're never going to. Some of them, they're never going to. Until you bring home that bacon, they're going to be like, whatever. That's how certain people are. They don't see the vision. They don't see it. Certain people need to be slapped in the face before reality sets in. Like, I'm like that too when it comes to like, all right, here, story time. Well, not story time, but sharing too much information time. When it comes to like alien stuff, it's like, even though I know it's probably a strong possibility that aliens are somewhere floating around, I need to see it floating in the air for myself. I need to see it. I need them to beam me up, try to probe me. I need this to happen. Hopefully they make it fun. Hopefully it's not like a cold object. Yeah. But yeah, I'm the same way. I need to see the proof. You could be like, tell me all the data and statistics you want. Of course aliens are real. How could we be alone on, you know, in the universe? It's too big. Sure. I get it. Believe me, I get it. And I want to believe. I want to. I want the, you know, I want it to be real, but well, do I? I don't know. It's scary. There's a part of me that wants it to be real, but there's another part of me like, you know what? I don't need that much adventure in my life. I don't need that much adventure. I'm fine. Let me see what the Discord's saying. I don't know where I got this teal from, but I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I told you not to overstay your welcome to this teal on the break of this red. Okay. All right, I'm gonna let this settle out. I'm gonna walk around for a bit. I'm gonna circulate some blood. I recommend you do the same. Go touch some grass. This was an excellent call out here from, where was it? Oh, we had all this play here. Here, I'm gonna show the world where our setups were. Here you go, world. Here's our 5-minute chart in the Discord. You didn't have access to it because you're not in the Discord because you're too cheap to spend $100. But if you would have spent $100, here goes your, this is, even one contract, this is over $100, right? In a day. This is over $100 in a day. I actually pinpointed the entry, right? So if you think you can't make your contribution in one day, absolutely wrong. Highly, it's actually likely. It's actually likely. I don't recommend you try to shoot for that. You know, I recommend paper trading at first, just until you get acclimated to the style. But here's what we did. Here's what we did just for the put scenario. Our call scenario also hit. If you're interested in learning how to trade with us, send me an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com, so I can get you sorted out. Let's see if we get this handle to form right here. I can honestly say I don't know where it started, but here's the thing. It doesn't matter because I know it's here, right? I know it's here. Doesn't matter. I'll put this, you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to try to make it look pretty. I'm just going to leave it. I was going to try to make it look pretty, but you know, if I got here without even knowing it was, I don't know how I got this, but let me not try to question it. Let me just go with it then. I'm actually curious. I want to look. Okay. Whatever. I'll just go with it. I'm sure I could figure it out if I paid attention, but it doesn't matter because we're here. So whatever I was thinking, it's happening. So let me just let it happen. Now look, what we're trying to look for is to see if we're breaking the liquidity, retesting liquidity, and rejecting off the liquidity. We still have the option to do that until here, right? So I'm identifying the risks right now. Now, if we start getting above this, let's look for this to be support. I can't say that this is going to be the exact level to buy the call because I see there's some liquidity right above, right? So I can't say this is going to be the exact level, but I will say this will be a trigger. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this one green. This is going to be a trigger, okay? So we don't only want it to break, we want it to break and then form support. So now we know our triggers for calls, right? All right, let's go. Now we're going to see what happens. I'm going to get up and walk around and circulate some blood. You guys keep distracting me. Quit distracting me. I was supposed to circulate my blood and you're distracting me. I don't appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna let this play out. Let me get up and walk around for a bit. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Okay, I received some emails. Give me I'm gonna wait till after the session, and then I'm gonna address all the emails. I received your email. Just give me a moment. My loyalty is to the Discord, so I'll handle all that stuff after. But I'm gonna get you set up. Don't worry. Just let's wait till after the session today, and I'll get your free link. I don't want to say your name on the internet, but just so you know who I'm talking to, I'll reference Mr. JH. JH. I received your email. Just give me a moment. I'm going to address after the session. For anyone else as well, I recommend next year the price is going up, right? I know what product I have. I know what I'm offering. It's a valuable skill, highly valuable skill. So the price is going up. It's not going to be $100 anymore after next year. It's moving into 125. If you get in before next year, you're going to be locked in. You're going to be grandfathered in. After next year, it's going to be subject to change depending on growth. I'm expecting this thing to blow up. So if you're on board, I have other programs for some selected members. Other programs that we're going to get into, but it's for you got to be in the Discord to understand, but it's for people that are really serious about this. I'm offering other opportunities in a partnership program, but we'll talk about that later. How about you just focus on getting your trading down? Let's get you some money. Let's build that account, and then we'll move on to the next phase from there. But I appreciate your interest, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. All right, look, for this, it absolutely has to be like this. It can't be any other way, right? It has to be like this. Look at my price. Look at my flexion. My price on my flexion. It has to be like this. Now, the other option is it's going to break and go through, right? But just listen. It has to be like this. It has to. So wait for the retest. If it doesn't, it's going to shoot off, and I'm sorry. But especially if we get down here, this is very important. And it may be a one candle touch. It may be the movement. We don't know, but we need to look for the momentum. We'll be set up. Don't worry. I'll set you up. I'm just trying to get way ahead of it, because I like to gloat. I'm a gloater. I like to gloat. All right, let's see what we got. Now, if it has a strength to continue, it's just going to continue from here. If it needs to build the liquidity, it's going to come back to wherever I put this call. Wherever I did this, it's going to do that, right? So if it has strength now, it's just going to push up. If it doesn't, then you have to wait until this right. Hold on, let me draw that again. Something like that. It might even break a little bit. It might even get a little jiggy right here to try to stop hunt before it continues up, right? So this is what we want to look for. So do you see why we have our there? Okay, everything's working out. We already knew we knew where the risk was, right? That's why we have our entries. That's why it needs to be a very specific entry. And if it doesn't look like that, that's not our setup, right? That's just not our setup. Doesn't mean we were wrong. So I'm just going to clean up the chart just a bit. I know it looks like kung fu right now, but I'm going to... Hopefully everyone understands what's happening here. I'll describe it really quick. For the put scenario, we want to break, retest, and reject along this path. And we're looking for our put entry to be along this teal. Our call scenario, there's two, right? There's two call scenarios. Either we're gonna break, retest, and reject, or they're going to grab more liquidity till somewhere down here at this price level to push up. So this is what we want to see, right? We're identifying the risks. We're eliminating certain setups, right? So we're eliminating ones. So this is how we're gaining our probability. Because the truth is, we don't know. We're going off of probabilities. Now, if it wants to head out of teal, expect a dance. Expect a little dance right here if it wants to head out of teal. Right up here, expect that dance. Look, don't get involved in the chop. Don't get involved in this chop. If you're getting involved here, you're okay with the price. You're okay with buying and selling right in here. So don't cry. Don't cry about it. We see what the setup is. If you're taking anything outside of this setup, then that's on you. If you have no idea what the setup is right now, you need to send me an email. You need to send me an email. Stop sitting there being silent, not knowing what's going on, and trying to make it in day trading. You have to open your mouth. I'm going to help you. That's what I'm here for. All right, let's see if we got a wedge forming between this teal and this purple. Oh, it's already two. I'm gonna put this one back. All right, so we want to see if we're doing this right here, right? Look, I'm telling you, one of these two things is going to happen. Now, how you play that, where you put your stops, where you take your profit, that's on you. I'm telling you right now, one of these two things is going to happen. Now, if they manipulate it and wick you and stop you out, if you didn't place your stop appropriate, there's nothing I can do about that. So don't front run it, just let it happen. I'll be right back, don't overtrade. Set alerts, let's set alerts. Let's do that, how about that? How about that? I'm gonna create an alert here on purple, I'm gonna create alert here on teal, and then once teal or purple set off, then I'm gonna reassess, right? Then I'm gonna wait to make sure the path is followed. So there it is. We're gonna wait a little bit. We're gonna let the setup happen. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Inside here, you're in a range. All right, figure your life out. There might be, hold on. We gotta watch out for this one, low a day. Wait, I didn't do there. All right, so we have a white, a red, what is this? A red 2 and then a red 3. All right, don't overtrade. I'll be right back. Again, before I leave, or I'm just gonna get up and walk around. If we get down here, look for the dance. Look for the dance around here. What's the dance? A quick down up. So look, just to be clear, this same concept, this path right here, it's still the same, right? Here, right? Because purple is our thing. So it needs to break, retest, right? You see it? So this is still a thing. All right, now look, we know we have liquidity built up between red and teal. So that's why you need it to break and retest. I'm just cleaning up the chart. Nothing's changed. It's all the same stuff. Wait for the dance here. Wait for this dance. Yeah, see, we knew there's going to be a little dance right here. We knew there's going to be a little dance right here. Everyone in the world is waiting for that to break, by the way. You think you're the only one? You think the market makers don't know? Watch out for the manipulation. Watch out for the stop hunt. Don't overstay your welcome. Okay. I'm still here, just being quiet. I'm sitting here with you, just letting this play out. All right, protect your trade. Trade protected. Okay, listen. YouTube. Look what's happening. If you don't know by now that I have a very unique, valuable skill that's worth a lot of money, if you don't know that by now, this isn't for you. I would like anyone on the internet to tell me who's doing this. Anybody, tell me who's doing this. Did I not tell everyone in the world exactly what was gonna happen? There's nothing more I can do. If this hasn't convinced you that I'm the best on the internet, I don't care anymore. I'm not being nice. It is just the truth. Why do I have to lie about the truth? I'm the best on the internet. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I'll take the bet. Look at the money. Did you doubt me? Did you doubt me? But ask yourself, did you doubt me? Did you have any doubts over here? I know you did. I know you did. And you're like, oh, I knew I was right. Did you think that? That's fine. That's fine. Join the Discord. There's not much more proof you're gonna get ever. If you don't see that I have a very unique and valuable skill, the price is only going up. I'm telling you right now, the price is only going up, and I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about it. I told you when my alerts were. I told you when I'm buying puts. I even drew a line with an exact entry. Follow the strategy. Your stop's above the last high. You win. You win. I drew the line perfect. I even told you, do not get involved unless it does exactly this. Rewind the tape. Oh, man. You know what? I'm glad you just made this money. I'm glad. Because that's why I'm here. But as long as you understand, you're going to get the rug pulled out from underneath you and you're going to be hurt. Join now. No one's doing this. No one is telling you when to buy puts, the exact entry, and exactly what's going to happen. No one's doing it. Do you see why I'm the best? I don't need to say it. The proof is right here. You tell me someone doing better. Good luck. Good luck. No one's doing it better. I don't need to lie. Look, this is all done live and in real time. Look at the parlor tricks. Send this video out to your friends and show people that, oh, there is someone that can actually predict the stock market. Now you have the proof. Make a bet. Bet $25 that there's someone on the internet that knows the price and when. Look, everyone, you can say below this price. I'm telling you when. I'm telling you when to take your trade. This is a very valuable skill. This is very valuable. This is Bitcoin in 2011. I only told you to buy puts on this red. I only told you to buy puts on this red. I only told you to wait for the break and retest on this teal, right? It's all done live and in real time. Let's look. Look at our 5-minute chart. Look when our last flexion. Okay. I don't need to say anything else. I don't need to. I mean, if you know anyone doing this, you better join their Discord. You better join the Discord of someone doing this. Yeah. How much time was this? What, half hour in advance? Do you see why it's hard for me to not gloat? Because I mean, geez. I mean, who's doing this? Who's doing this? Who is doing this? Yeah. So let's think about what just happened. You saw everything, right? I don't need to rehash it. But there's still something in your mind that tells you, I don't know, I'm not going to send an email to this guy. I swear, people, I love people. They blow my mind. The psychology of people, amazing. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Good job, DC. Good job. There we go, brother. I'm telling you, it just gets easier as time goes on. It just gets easier. We're doing the right thing here. Don't overstay your welcome. All right, this is a good trade. Man, y'all know I gotta gloat about this. You guys know I have to gloat about this. Come on now. So you have to understand that when I sound the way I do, it's not arrogance, it's confidence. And if you're joining in someone's Discord, you want some confidence. You want some confidence. But you know what? You also want some proof. Don't just be joining people's Discord and you're like, oh, look, he's got some cool, he has a Ferrari. He has a rented Ferrari, or he's posting some Adobe Shop P&Ls. I don't need to do any of that. Why? Because I'm telling you what's going to happen before it happens. What difference does it make the Adobe Photoshop P&L? Even if it is who cares? You're not here because of my P&L. You're here because you want to make your own P&L. So I don't feel the need to do any of that because the proof is here. The proof is right here. I told everyone in no uncertain terms exactly what was going to happen. I mean, no uncertain terms. And I even said, look, if it doesn't do this, there's no trade. There's no trade. So next time when I say, if it doesn't do this, there's no trade, have some trust in me. I'm not sitting here doing this for no reason. I'm trying to help you. You're here obviously because you want to learn how to trade stocks. I'm showing you what to do. And I'm telling you, the easiest, most profitable way is to join my Discord. You think I'm just saying it because I'm trying to be a money grubber? Man, you don't understand. It costs to be the boss. You want to be the boss, you have to pay the price. Everyone does. You're not special. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. You think your $100 is something more special than anyone else's $100. You're trying to go about it the cheap way, it's going to cost you in the long run. You know I'm about to gloat about this, right? I'm amazed that my inbox isn't flooded. Do you understand the like? I don't think people understand how much money is on the line here. You guys just don't understand. Like, man, I'm telling you guys, you think I'm making it up. Bitcoin 2011, somewhere near that. I know I'm being a little hyperbolic, but I'm just saying we got a good thing going on here. I don't need to say it anymore. It's in front of your face. That's why you tune in every day. But you know, you're holding yourself back by staying out of the Discord. Believe that. Okay, I'm gonna let this settle out. I'm gonna take a small break. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Actually, I'm gonna do some admin. I'm gonna borrow this chart. Take a screenshot if you need to. Okay, Discord, I put the wins. I'm gonna post the wins right now. If you're taking trades outside of these, you know, it should be somewhere close, right? I don't expect you to get exact fill, right? But it should be somewhere close because it's the break of whatever, you know, flexion point here. So it should be somewhere in the range, right? And they're all winners. So if you're taking trades and it's not matching up, you need to send me a DM, okay? Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what we got. Alrighty. I think we had a really great day. I'm gonna review the wins with the with YouTube really quick, and then I'm probably gonna call it. I've had enough. I'm not risking anymore. I made money today. Not risking anymore. So here we go. We had our initial call entry on the break of our purple. Here, I'll highlight it really quick. Our initial call was on the break of this purple. Hold on, I just got another alert. Okay. Why? Oh, this one. Oh, okay. My bad. Oh, crossing purple. Okay, let's see what they got. Crossing purple. I prefer. Okay, this isn't the play. It's up here. It's the purple up here. Right. So it should be. Whenever we get up here. This is a trigger, but if you want your safety, you know, you want to do something like this. Okay, I'm gonna continue. So our first call was here. This was obviously an amazing win. Call entry on the break of our purple. Our next put entry was on the break of our magenta, right? We had another put entry on the break of orange. So we had a magenta. We had another put entry on the break of our orange right here. We had another put entry on the break of our, where's it? This orange right here. We had another put entry, which was actually drawn, written. I mean, with an arrow pointing. This was like, you couldn't get a better play than this one, but. So that was what we had today, right? So call, put. Did I say this one? Anyways, it all makes sense. We had a really good day today. What else do we got? Let me see if I can set you guys up. All right, here. This is just for Discord. This is just for Discord.